13 races down, one race remains in the USORL TWB Winter Heat Dash Series. It's the Countdown to Green presented by Cure SMA here on Fast 29. As we present the TWB Dash for the Championship at Martinsville. Chris Pickett here with you alongside Dale Barham. Great weather tonight to go to work here at Martinsville. 77 degrees, 80 degrees track temperature under clear skies, a little southwest breeze, 48% humidity. Perfect weather to go to work here tonight with these mini stocks. Well, Dale, good to have you back. I know you missed the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you've tuned in to catch up on all the action that's happened the last couple of weeks, and we've got a little bit of a mix-up here as with the playoff brackets, kind of a last-minute thing. We're going to show you this real quick here. So Luke Smith, William Page, Garrett Sidnor, those are the ones that we left you with last week at New Hampshire that were in. Doug DeNice has actually given up his fourth spot, so Anthony Mendez is actually in that slot now. So those are the four drivers that will be competing tonight for this chase for the championship. Yes, we are here at Martinsville. There you go. I had to do that one more time. So, Dale, we're at Martinsville, a little short track, oldest track in NASCAR history. What do you think we can expect here tonight?
I mean, the racing for the last couple of weeks, this whole series has been really close. These cars are, they might be down on power, but, when it gives them a lot of opportunity to create some movements. We're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing. It is Martinsville, but I do think with the size of these cars, you're going to probably see a lot of guys go 3 wide, potentially even 4 wide into these corners. There's going to be a lot of side-by-side action. I can't wait to watch. These cars, have been tearing up every single track they've gone through. They've turned almost every single track into a super speedway race, and it's been amazing to watch.
Great stuff all season long. We've enjoyed having them on Fast 29 this season. It's been a great one. We watch two of the championship contenders on the backstretch here at Martinsville. That's Mendez and that's William Page there in the 42. One thing to keep in mind, Martinsville took out the grass underneath the curb. So we've heard that if you get down there, that's not a fun time. As Mendez goes for a ride on the backstretch and hammers that backstretch wall. Oh, you already went back to the pits. Okay, fine, Anthony. You didn't want me to show you your mess up. That's fine. Whatever.
It didn't happen. You didn't see it.
Never happened. Never showed it.
I know you mentioned a while ago that the inside curbing, the grass is gone. I'm wondering how many drivers are going to be daring enough to risk the instability of their car by at least putting 2 tires on there to try and attempt a pass in a really tight overtaking spot.
Well, I'm pretty sure if we see a couple of the championship contenders side by side for that championship coming to the white flag, I'm sure they're going to run over it, go on top of it, end up over the wall. Everybody's going to be everywhere, I'm pretty sure. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a moment here. We're obviously already in happy hour. We started a little late here, so we apologize for that. We're going to go ahead and show you the starting grid here, presented by Texas Quesadilla Depository. Garrett Sidnor with the pole tonight at 22.046, alongside William Page, 2 championship contenders on the front row. Anthony Mendez, the third one, right there in third place, alongside Michael Murata. Steven Merzlak and DJ Harris in row 3. Row 4 is Darren Ingram and Henrietta Bordeaux. Luke Smith, championship contender, back in 9th, so I have to keep an eye on him as he comes up through the field, alongside Noah Joyce, Zach Krastowski, and Austin Spencer in row 6. I believe that rounds out your field. Yes, it does. I wasn't sure how many cars we had out here tonight, so we'll get a blank screen there for the starting grid. And we will be running in the bottom right-hand corner, right above the watermark for iRacing. We'll have constant updates for the 4 championship contenders throughout the evening, so that way you guys can keep track of that as the race develops. I'm excited for this one. I hope you guys are at home. Definitely join us in the chat if you would. Say hey to us. Let us know where we screw up. Let us know where we do things right. That'd be awesome. More of that than the other way. That's fine. Now we do have... Go ahead. Sorry, Neil.
I was gonna say, as we have these on track, and I'm looking forward to Mr. Page right there in that 42 car. Last couple of races has been really consistent. Running up front, dominating, or working his way from the back up to the front. So I'm kind of interested in how the race goes from him.
Absolutely, and he has a little bit at stake here. We were told during pre-race in the garage that this man, if he wins the championship, he has a big incentive. He could win a new PC courtesy of Davey Hazard. The trick to that is Davey Hazard does not know that he will be getting William Page a PC if he wins this championship tonight. So, surprise, Davey, if you're watching, you're on the hook if this 42 goes to the championship victory lane tonight.
Oh, snap. Let me go download Martinsville real quick and play championship score there.
No kidding, right?
You could always use another PC, man.
I heard you had some issues with one of yours a little bit too, didn't you?
It
finally fixed itself though.
Yeah, took it apart, put it back together again, and it fixed itself. Computers, it could be anything. When
All right, warm-up session is over. Just a few guys took time in this session, obviously, as you see there on the screen. We also have a new trick with black flags, so hopefully it'll work properly tonight when we have the side ticker up. You'll see right where Williams' name is right there. It's kind of hard to see because we've got to have it a little bit opaque to see the full grid there, but every once in a while you might see a little black square pop up next to a driver's name if we have the side ticker up, and that will show a driver has had a black flag. So hopefully we won't see too many of that tonight, but you never know. Some guys might speed on pit road. Some guys might come off pit road wrong. Some guys might jump the curb, but you never know. Yeah. Somebody might just be mean and just give somebody a random black flag just for the heck of it. So hopefully.
Admin manipulation.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before.
What is that? What is that? I don't understand.
Yeah, short tracks tend to be a high risk area when it comes on your exiting and entering pit lane. You're really susceptible to, getting those speed penalties off of pit road or entering pit road at these locations.
Yep. It seems so simple here. It's just a little paperclip shaped track, half mile, just a shade over a half mile, flat track, but it's hard on equipment. There's 100 laps tonight, so you gotta keep that in mind as well. So it just seems so easy from up here. But when you get down there, especially with what's at stake for 4 of these guys tonight, it's a whole different ball game when you're inside that vehicle.
Yeah, it's always the easy looking tracks that are the most, deceptive. And being in a car like this probably doesn't make it any easier.
Exactly right. We'll go one more lap here behind the iRacing pace truck. Say hi to Barney up there in the booth. There you are. Hi, Barney.
Good old Silverado.
That's a man truck right there. Look at that thing. Oh. I've been watching too much Home Improvement recently. I'm sorry, guys.
I was about to say.
Way too much Home Improvement recently. Give a shout out to Mikey Murata there in that 02. He's got that nice looking Aaron's machine tonight. That's a good looking ride there. I haven't seen that on Fast 29, I don't think, too often this season, but here we go. Getting ready for it. Coming down for the green flag to get this dash for the championship underway. Garrett Sidnor, William Page on the front row. Looking for the green to come out.
Green flag, green flag.
We're racing here at Martinsville.
Yeah, these opening first few laps are going to be really contentious because they're just going to be side by side for a lot of it. There's not going to be enough opportunity for everybody to get single file. So hopefully we don't see any early cautions as they begin to break up slowly.
Kind of like last week, the 2 leaders of the front row still side by side after the first lap. Give the first lap to Sidnor. The rest of the field kind of trying to single file out behind him. Murata's moved up to 3rd, getting around Mendez.
Your really only way to make a pass here at a small track like Martinsville is to pull off a little bump and run and to squeeze the guy up high a bit and be able to squeeze him up high and drop down low to make a pass. these top two got a little gap forming behind the 40, the 42. I mean the O2.
Yeah, the O2 is back here in third. That's Murata.
Yep. I'm trying to pull away and create some distance from him.
Yeah, we didn't see that much last week on a track that's similarly styled at New Hampshire, but a half mile longer. So we're kind of maybe anticipating a similar situation here as we did at New Hampshire. But again, that's a little bit longer track there. A little bit more of a chance to stay together on the straightaways. So you can kind of draft back up on them. This place, don't really know what to expect with as tight as this place is with these small mini stock machines, the tight wheelbases, the smaller tires. A little bit more of a wild card than what we were probably expecting here. And again, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's your 4 championship drivers and where they're positioned amongst each other. It's straight up, no points involved with these 4. Whoever finishes ahead of who, that's where they're going to end up in the championship, and that's where they sit right now. And you're right, definitely the top 2 starting to pull away from Murata there in third. Mendez under pressure a little bit from DJ Harris back there in 5th, having a good early run there in the 41.
Yeah, I'm wondering if his plan back there, the O2 back there, just chilling, is his plan to, save his tires? Because Martinsville is one of those tracks that is known for destroying tires. So maybe he's hoping, save some of his tires, doesn't have to take as much time in the pits, maybe to flip things around later on in the race.
Definitely could see that. I should check something on that real quick. Just double checking how many. They do have 2 changes of tires here tonight, as I was double checking on. And that all important 1 fast repair.
I don't think the fast repair will come into play. Oh, potentially shouldn't come into play.
Look back here, the battle for third. Mendez underneath Murata. Harris going to try and follow through for 4th.
Looked to the inside a bit and tried to take a free wide. He changed his mind.
Oh, he's sliding up just a little bit toward that left rear quarter panel of the O2, but no contact.
It's all single file once again, it looks like. Oof. All 3 of them tagged that wall on corner exit, though.
Getting that Martinsville stripe early.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Murata clipped that apron like we talked about. Gets a little squirrely. Here comes Harris to the bottom.
Laying on the brakes.
Oh, they make contact in the middle of the corner there, too. And this is going to bring that entire pack running behind them right up to him. That's Merzlak. Noah Joyce looking underneath him back there. There's that battle. Got Ingram and Smith back there. Smith not really coming to the front quite as quickly yet, but again, that just might be just kind of pacing himself. He did start further back than what we anticipated in that 39.
He's taking his time. Looks like he's trying to make a move on that one of the Celsius cars back there.
Yeah,
looking on his inside to get the pass. Yep.
All right, man.
Caution is out.
Caution is out.
Zach Krastowski, Austin Spencer in trouble on the front straightaway. Caution is out. Lap 13. Take a look, see what happened there.
Well, I know this car.
Yeah. It was behind you a lot at Daytona. Thanks to James Hodge for putting this one together for me. All right, so we'll take a look, see if we can track down what happened here. This is Krastowski, Bordeaux, and Spencer down the back stretch. Oh, Spencer's going to get a little squirrely there off of 4. Oh, there's the contact. Krastowski across Bordeaux into Spencer.
And the 4 just went right across his front end. Like,
almost like a spotter issue of some kind maybe there, because that's not something that Kristowski normally does there. That's really odd.
Yeah, that's not a move you would expect him to kind of make. I think he'd hold it 3 wide, but he just said, "Nah, I'm clear. I'm going for it now."
Yeah. Did have a couple of penalties underneath this pit stop sequence. There was a few guys that did pit. Spencer pitted, Zach Kristowski pitted, Michael Murata actually pitted. Apparently he's not happy with that 0-2, the way he was falling back there before that caution came out. But we did have an end-of-line penalty for both Murata and Kristowski on this cycle of pit stops.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, just have to use that fast repair to get back on track.
No. Doesn't look like he is. Good question, Dale. I can look at that. But nobody used their fast repair on that. It didn't really look like there was too much damage incurred on those three. Especially not Bordeaux.
Yeah.
She just kind of got caught up in the middle there.
Yeah, but sometimes with iRacing, you tend to forget to turn off that fast repair on, and if you get caught in your first incident and the game on, the game just uses it anyway. So,
well, there wasn't, even with the guys that pitted, it looks like the longest pit stop was Spencer with a 27.5. So even with him, he had kind of the most damage. It still wasn't that long a one. So keep that repair in your back pocket for right now.
mm-hmm.
As that gigantic truck dives off into pit lane. Compared to these mini stocks, that thing looks huge. As Garrett Sidnor and William Page, just like they started it, they're on the front row. Mendez right alongside in third still, right there.
Green flag, green
Kind
flag.
of looks like the start to the race as the green flag comes back out.
Everybody deciding to go to the inside and try and work their way past in the corners. Smart move.
Sidnor this time is going to clear Page before they complete this lap. I'll say this is the first restart in like 2 races that we've seen that happen, where somebody's actually gotten clear of the outside row.
Yeah, Mendez could not hold that inside line at all, and he just went right past him.
Sidnor and Page pull away from this side-by-side battle for third. Mendez, Harris, then behind them, Merzlak and Joyce and Smith. Ooh, Mendez just barely got in front of Harris there coming off of 4. About took the nose off that white 41.
They're like a 71 looking inside trying to get a run. Gain a couple positions.
Merzlak and Joyce side by side. Smith, again, the championship contender that started furthest in the field, trying to work his way forward here.
They're doing an amazing job. Sidor is slowly working his way up the field. Started with dead last, but now up halfway up the field, making conservative moves as he almost spins the 71 in front of him coming off the corner right there.
A little bit too egregious there. Harris is trying to take a peek underneath Mendez off 2. Snuck back in line. Back out front. William Page not letting Sidnor get away. He wants a chance at that PC, Davey.
Looking
Still
like
early.
those old two-car tandem drafts we used to see at Daytona and Talladega.
Got to let off of him there in the corners, though. But he's definitely pushing him down the straightaway. Look at that.
Just using that air to kind of push him up a bit and trying to get a gap on the inside, but it's not working out for him so far.
And one thing we didn't want to mention, we started this race at sunset. How do you feel about lights at Martinsville? Just curious. They've had them for a couple years now.
I'm open to it because Martinsville is one of those tracks where cautions do happen a lot, and sometimes the racing does go late. So I'm for it. That Martinsville doesn't have the same electrical issues like Talladega does. I'm for a lot more of these short tracks. Having adequate lighting and running at night or finishing at night if they can.
Gives it more of a home track feel.
Yeah.
Smith and Merzlak side by side for 5th down the back straightaway. Smith's wanting to get up there and battle with these championship contenders in front of him. Slowly, methodically working his way through. He started 9th. He's in 6th, working on 5th. He's going to clear Merzlak off at 2, maybe? He had a real good run through 1 and 2. Just didn't quite clear him off at 2.
On his door. Hopefully he gets past him on this corner.
There he goes.
Does he have it? Yep. Then he just got to chase down this 33 and this 41 in front of him.
Riding on board with Smith. See what kind of telemetry we got out of him right now. Brought to you by Quencha Hall.
I'm really a fan of his car. That Campbell's soup car, looking like, you know, the Harvick Budweiser cars.
Yes.
Maybe I'm sick. Maybe I'm sick. Maybe I'm picking up on the Campbell's, you know, inception right now.
And you can see he's shifting in the corners as well, dropping that thing down into 3rd gear.
Mm-hmm.
Closing the gap here on DJ Harris.
Just letting the car slide a bit on corner entry and corner exit. Let momentum do all the work in the corner and just bipping the throttle mid-corner.
Oh, Ingram got way high off of turn 2 behind this pack. Darren's just not had the season in this Dash series that I think we were all expecting. He's shown some good runs at times, but struggled down the stretch. Oh, as we see DJ Harris getting to the back of Mendez off of 2. That hurt his momentum as Smith goes around on the outside, and now all 4 championship contenders in the top 4. Never heard that before. It's like NASCAR.
It looks like he completed the pass on the exit of that corner. Now he's looking for the next target, number 33. He's in his crosshairs at the moment.
Them championship contenders, they all got cheated up cars. They're all up front.
And he waited bug shot. They're just dropping as they drive.
This is the track to do that. Smith looks low on Mendez, going for 3rd.
Early quarter entry, but he makes it work.
What a move there, yeah. And DJ's going to try and follow through. Not missing anything up front. Garrett Sidnor has about a 2.5 tenths of a second lead over William Page right now in 2nd. This is the battle on track right now. 3rd on back through Murata there in 8th. And Smith's starting to pull away from that pack too. He's found something in that 39.
It's got to close, what, a 3-second gap from the leaders?
Yes. About 3.5 seconds from Smith up to Sidnor.
It looks like he's doing it too, slowly pulling away from those guys behind him.
Well, let's have this handy little graphic right here that shows you live how these two are. Ask and ye shall receive. Let's see how these two are comparing up right now. 3rd place Smith's info on your left. Garrett Sidnor, the leader, on your right. And you can see he's already closed it up about a 10th.
You know, that difference from Sidnor to Smith, that fastest lap was like 8 thousandths of a second.
Yep, 800ths, yep.
Mm-hmm. You know, numbers. Like I said, I was an art major, so, you know, numbers.
And we can have this type of information. This is the last 3 laps in comparison to each other. In fact, I'm going to flip-flop it. We're going to make it to where it's this.
Ooh.
There we go. Now it's going to compare the 2 leader to Smith. We had it backward on the screen there, so that's why it looked funky. So Smith's actually about a 1/10 slower per lap than the leader right now, who's actually pulling away again from Page, about a 0.3 of a second lead again.
Yeah. Well, Sidnor had that advantage. He was supposed to getting a push from Page the whole time, so. But he is slowly putting distance between him and that pack behind him.
Oh, he's definitely pulling away from Mendez, and he's about a second up on him. That pack back there is all over each other.
Yeah, if I'm him, I'm hoping for a caution to ease that gap up a bit. He worked his way through the field excellently to get into third place. Now he just needs that chance, that opportunity of a caution to slowly catch back up to leaders to minimize that giant gap they created.
Right on board with Steven Merzlak, sitting 6th right now. It's getting dark out there. And he's just riding third and just slamming in that rev limiter in the corners. You can hear that thing just hitting 6,500 and just, well, about 7,500, excuse me. That's where the red line is in these things. Mendez got a little loose there off of 2 in front of Merzlak. That's Harris directly in front. Oh, Harris is going to clip the apron there just a little bit. Joyce is there. Murata's there. That's Krastowski at the back of the pack trying to close in on him. Joyce trying to root Merzlak off the bottom there. Harris is going to look underneath Mendez in front of them. Joyce looking low on Merzlak. And they all stay single file. Nobody makes a move. Tell you, Steven in that 71, he keeps on kind of diamonding these corners a little bit. Is there a strategy to that, Dale, you think?
I mean, yeah, I think, when you diamond the corners, you use a little bit less of your tires. Like you said, they only have, 2 sets of tires here. You kind of want to minimize the amount of tires you burn and go through. Especially considering we have 55 laps to go in this race. So it's kind of a war of attrition in a way.
And really, there hasn't been much fall off either. Just kind of looking at the average pace of these guys, it looks like they're running right around what their best laps were. There's not really much fall off, maybe 6 to 7 tenths off of their best laps. Again, you're not missing anything up front. We had to move the camera really fast to get back up to the leaders here. Sidnor with Page in tow. That's 0.3 of a second. It sounded like a lot, but it's only about a car length and a half.
Just got to take their time, work their way through the traffic once they catch to it.
Yeah, right now, Spencer is the closest one there. That's the 13 there in front of the leaders. Henrietta Bordeaux is about 9 seconds ahead of Austin Spencer up there, so there's quite a gap before they get into some real traffic. We're going to drop back. Here's that battle really heating up now. This is battle for 4th. Harris again on Mendez.
Yeah, 33 got loose on that quarter exit, gave him the room to go inside. Well, the 71 to follow suit. Can't. That 03 Celsius car is right on this inside.
Joyce alongside Merzlak just behind them for 6th, if I can count. Harris going to clear Mendez off of 2. Joyce going to clear Merzlak off of 2 as well, and they make some contact. I don't know if Merzlak was too happy with Joyce there off of 2, kind of followed him down the track and hit that back bumper there. Here comes Murata.
Just letting you know I'm behind you. He didn't mean to bump him, just wanted to rattle his cage a bit.
Yeah. Thanks, Dale. Murata alongside Merzlak now. Merzlak's starting to fall back in that 71 a little bit. Here comes Krastowski along with him, trying to fill that gap, but I don't think he will. Murata's going to clear Merzlak off of 4. Maybe. Maybe not. Now he does. It always takes an extra half a lap.
Yeah, with the acceleration of these cars, takes a bit of giddy up.
Again, we saw some of these guys we saw Smith earlier. He was downshifting in the corners. This is on board with DJ Harris looking back at Anthony Mendez. We'll see if there's any shifting going on here in this 41. Nope, he's just letting it hit. So I don't know if there's a strategy to that, really, or not. What do you think?
Yeah, he just letting it lift and coast through the corners, kind of just like just stabbing the throttle, stabbing the brake, almost like Ayrton Senna used to in F1 as he was cornering. Allows I think, the car to maintain a lot more momentum through the corners.
We apologize ahead of time. We are now on our Fox camera angles, so in case we miss a lot of stuff now, you can just blame that crew. We know you will, so there you go.
Nah,
That's kind of what this angle looks like, doesn't it? Oh, Mendez sliding back on the outside. Murata dove to the inside. Joyce clears him. Murata's underneath. Oh, Murata clipped the curb. Contact with the 33. He's going to go up the track. Just barely grazed the wall.
Just push him up the track a little bit too much. Force him out of the way.
Yeah, that 33's in trouble here.
Yeah, they've tagged the wall a lot on corner exit, especially on that start-finish straight.
Hopefully find out what's going on there later on. Meanwhile, up front, you can see the gap is starting to lengthen just a little bit between Sidnor and Page. And we're just past halfway now.
I mean, the whole field did not pit previously under the first initial caution, and we're halfway through the race. So I'm wondering if, the 42 here is trying to currently save his tires, to not have to make a longer pit.
Yeah, we haven't heard if this is going to be even a one-stop race. I'm not for sure. We didn't hear anything from those guys about pit strategy. So we're going to be just as surprised as anybody else if and when they do pit here. But three guys did pit early. One of them is a lap down, Austin Spencer, with the damage with the caution early. The other two, Murata is sitting in 6th, and Zach Krastowski is sitting in 8th. So not much movement between those two guys after the pit cycle.
Yeah, these cars will potentially start to drift more and more up in the corner as their tires get more and more worn. We'll probably see a lot more guys tap that wall and get their Martinsville stripe more frequently on corner exit.
40 laps to go at Martinsville. That second pack is broken up a little bit. We'll drop back there and show you that one. There's Luke Smith. He's sitting in 3rd. We'll kind of go through the field here and give you some telemetry out of each vehicle as we come on it. Drop back here is DJ Harris sitting in 4th with Joyce and Murata just behind. That's the best battle on the track right now, is this battle for 4th. Telemetry out of the 03, Noah Joyce. Actually, tell you what, let's do this a slightly different way. Let's do it this way, as I totally make the graphic look like crap. There we go. All right. Comparison between the leader and which driver we're looking at right now.
All over his bumper right there in the mid corner. But it looks like the 41 is also slowing him down, is on that 02 to catch back up.
This is Murata, just behind Joyce.
Looks like they're closing in on that lap down car up ahead.
Joyce going to try and take care of DJ before they get to him.
See how long he can stay behind him. Probably use the lap down car as a pick for a move.
Like he was trying to, yep. Drop back here. Sorry.
I was going to say, don't give that car any room to make the overtake on the lap down car. Keep him stuck behind him as much as possible.
Joyce looking again underneath DJ down in turn 3. battle for fourth.
Side by side on exit, about to be side on side, side by side in entry as well.
Oh, Joyce, he
Hits that
clips the
curb.
curb. Yep. Again, you're still not missing anything up front. Sidnor has about a 0.6 of a second lead now over William Page. Joyce pushing hard, trying to get by DJ off turn 2. The lap car of Austin Spencer up there.
He's getting a lot of help.
Oh, there's contact. DJ
Save
hangs
it.
on to it. Good job. And
Good
Joyce
drive
couldn't
right there.
complete the pass. He let DJ kind of gather it back up. Now they run side by side again. Murata, he's there in Hunting 2 in the 0-2.
Not exactly running the same line as him though. He runs wide on entry and narrow on exit.
Spencer goes way up high, letting these three go by.
Although this battle has allowed the 71 to join the picture slightly, stuck behind the lap down car currently.
Steven Merzlak back there. Just a little bit behind there he is.
It's 41 lifts right there, mid corner, slows down the 0-2.
There comes Murata on the inside of Harris. Ooh, he just about came. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he almost hit the left rear, then he almost hit the back bumper, but didn't make any contact at all, and they just raced down the front straightaway.
It was just let on the brakes, getting against the corner, had to back off a bit before he, took him out. So to like he rides the curb right there, mid corner, on the exit.
Coming to 26 laps to go. I'm sorry, that was 27. Coming to 26 this time by. They're so far ahead. There's Sidnor. He's coming to the line now. That battle we're watching is almost 11 seconds behind this 37. There's Page back there. You can see the gap he's pulled on him now. At this point, it's Garrett's championship to lose here.
There's what, 11 seconds up almost behind them or in front of him.
Yep.
About a 22-second lap time. Potentially, he might lap them again before the end of the race.
Garrett's going to start running into some traffic here shortly. You got Henrietta Bordeaux and Darren Ingram just in front. See them at the bottom of your screen.
I don't think he'll be held up much by them, but they probably that air, that draft, that slipstream should help him widen the distance between him and Page, which is now about a second and a half.
While Sidnor continues to put some space on everybody, we'll drop back again to this battle. Murata and Harris down the back straightaway, battle for fifth.
Yeah, Murata and the O2 just on the brakes a little bit too early. You gotta get some, Daniel Ricciardo in your system and, lick the stamp and send it just to get that pass to work. But he seems a bit timid to make it work on the inside. And just each time he gets, side by side on exit, he just lets him come back across his front end and allows him to get by.
If you haven't been paying attention, Dale, I'm kind of screwing around with our graphics now because
Oh no,
it's our
no,
last. It's our last broadcast for this season, and we're just having fun now. I'm just gonna. I don't know what half this stuff does, so we're just gonna kind of screw around with it. That's not what I wanted to do. That is not the battle for second.
Yeah, just showed, Murata lost, 2 places so far this race, just saw that pop up on the ticker. I don't think they want to hear that.
He doesn't want to hear that, no.
But is it battle for 5th, though?
Yes.
That is correct.
Got it right that time.
Yeah. This race is just flying by now. It started with 101, only 1 caution, 19 to go.
It's like we have this too. This is how far back he is behind him. We got all kinds of info that we couldn't do earlier in the season that we can now. Of course, that's the actual gap on the screen already. I don't know why I showed it again, but there you go.
I mean, gap to leader, gap to the car in front.
I wonder if this will say anything. Nope.
Hometown.
No hometown for Mikey. All right, he's homeless.
From parts unknown.
Here we go. This is his fastest lap. We'll throw that up there. There you go. That's his fastest lap of the race. Compared to the fastest lap, I think, in the field is a 22:06.3 ran by Willie Page. Yep.
As Murata almost gets into that rear quarter panel of the car, trying to force his way past. I think tire wear might be taking effect now, as he can't not. Every time he enters the corner, he just drifts up a bit. Doesn't have the amount of grip he wants.
Looking at Noah Joyce here. And the reason why I'm showing him is because he's the driver that's moved up the furthest in the field.
Yeah, he's just chilling as those 2 behind him battle. That's a tough thing people don't understand about battling on the track is it doesn't really make you go faster. It really slows you down and creates the gap that you want that position to exceed forward, but battling back and forth really slows you down.
Yeah.
Sender with a 2-second gap over Page. Wow. Almost 3 seconds now.
Yeah, he is just putting on a show here tonight.
How far is he from lapping somebody? Oh, well, he lapped 2 guys already.
Yep. He's lapped. Look back there. That's the 2 that we were talking about earlier, Bordeaux and Ingram. And he's already put a straightaway on both of them. His next target will be Krastowski, but he is about roughly 4.5, 5 seconds in front of the leader right now. He's actually about to put another lap on Spencer here. They see Krastowski and Mendez actually up there as well. Coming to 10 laps to go in the dash for the championship here at Martinsville. Garrett Sidnor putting on a clinic here tonight in that 37 Georgia Peanuts machine. He's got a 3.5 second lead over William Page. Luke Smith sitting in 3rd. All 3 of those championship contenders. Anthony Mendez, the 4th one, is sitting in 8th right now. Noah Joyce and DJ Harris rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, this is how you control a race from start to finish. Held that, that bottom side on race start and restart. William Page could not get a run he needed, especially on the restart. You'd think the restart would have given him the chance, to retake over the lead that he couldn't get in the beginning of the race, but nah. Sindor just said, I'm going to control this from start to finish, and you're not going to stop me from doing it. Very dominant drive.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like he was a man on a mission coming into Martinsville tonight.
being a lap down car is always fun, especially if you're a lap down car, but you're also fighting for position though. Like I've always wondered, like it's a weird rustle of do I let the car behind me by or do I still fight the person I'm battling? In this case, you know, there's not a battle going on with a lap down car. You can easily just let it go. But I think this might be a bit of pride. I'm down 2. You're not gonna make me down 3.
And Spencer's actually fighting to stay one lap down here. Sidnor's going to look low. Spencer's kind of all over the place in 1 and 2 there. Oh, and he's going to go.
Ooh,
somehow he says he does catch the outside wall. Ooh, boy. I think he's going to park it. I think something.
Let bygones be bygones at this moment.
I think something got messed up with that right front after he hit the wall there off of turn 4.
Yeah, the man, he was racing for pride right there.
He was.
And, you know, probably overdrove the car in the corner, just got loose.
And Spencer didn't make it to the pits, so no caution. 4 laps to go for Garrett Sidnor. After that little close call there with the lap car.
He would have that would have been a storm in the driver's chat if he had got caught in that.
We might have had to air that live if something happened there. 3 laps to go for Sidnor. Four and a half seconds over William Page. And it continues to grow.
Looks like this race turned out to be a no-stopper.
It did. White flag next time by for Garrett Sidnor for the race and the championship. Off turn 4, he sees the white flag here at Martinsville. 1 more lap to go. Through 1 and 2. Got a little bit of traffic up in front, shouldn't be a factor. Into turn 3 for the final time. And off turn 4, your dash for the championship winner is Garrett Sidnor. He wins it here at Martinsville.
From flag to flag.
Wow, that didn't work right. Let's fix that and make it look like it was supposed to. There it is. There's your champion, Garrett Sidnor. William Page coming up to give him a little congratulatory bonk. Darren Ingram in the 3. Luke Smith, let's give a shout out to him. A hard-fought 3rd place, starting 9th. Can't really do a good burnout in these things. Martinsville keep on hitting each wall there.
all 4 championship drivers outside of Mendez, but the 3 of them finished 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Mendez was up there in 4th for a while there, so they were all 4 battling for it at one point right after that restart. But Garrett Sidnor is the one that took it to him here tonight. Congratulations to him. He is your champion in the TWB Dash for the championship and the race winner here at Martinsville this evening. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll get our podium finishers on the chat. Thank you for joining us here tonight on Fast 29. We'll be right back. 16mm Film Crew is a film and TV podcast. Join Cindy and Dale as they talk about the latest TV shows, movies, and entertainment news. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them on their website at 16mmfilmcrew.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best. So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
And get ready for the workday.
"16mm Film Crew" is a film and TV podcast. Join Cindy and Dale as they talk about the latest TV shows, movies, and entertainment news. New episodes drop every Tuesday, everywhere podcasts are found. Videos go live on YouTube every Thursday. Visit them on their website at 16mmfilmcrew.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best. So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
And get ready for the workday.
Welcome back to Fast 29's coverage of the TWB Dash for the championship at Martinsville Speedway. Garrett Sidnor, your winner. He's got it still sitting there parked on the front straightaway there. Here's your unofficial results from this evening, popping up on your screen momentarily. Absolutely dominant performance by Sidnor, 5.2 seconds over William Page. Luke Smith comes home third. Noah Joyce fourth. DJ Harris fifth. Garrett Sidnor is your champion as well. Page, Smith, and Mendez are the other three battling. They finished second, third, and eighth, respectively. Murata, Merzlak, Mendez, Krastowski, and Ingram, your top 10. And the rest of the field, Henrietta Bordeaux, a lap down, and Austin Spencer, 6 laps down after a late contact with the wall off turn 4. All right, we're going to go ahead and speak to our third-place finisher and third-place finisher in the championship as well. Luke Smith, driver number 39. You got a copy, buddy? Maybe. He fell asleep while we were waiting on us. Oh, he's muted now. Let's say something may have happened to his computer. He's typing. Hang on just a second here. Maybe we got him now. Luke, you got a copy? Nope, he's typing still. Maybe he's going to type us a response. Mic issues. Okay. Well, if you can hear us, you can go ahead and just say what you'd like to in the chat, and we will follow up momentarily. We'll just do it that way. If the mic issues are going to be an ongoing thing, that's not a problem at all. We'll move on to William Page for a second. If you want to type us a response there, Luke, we'll be more than happy to read it for you. We do that with Noah all the time. So feel free to do that while we pull William Page in here. Let's see if we can get a hold of him. Maybe. It's the last broadcast of the season. Let's have all kinds of issues right here at the end.
Let's get him. William Page right there.
There we go. William Page, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I do.
Hey, there he is. We had a little issue with Luke talking to us, so we'll jump on down to you. Well, you pretty much had a restart at one point that you might have had a chance to get Garrett at one time, and then he just drove away from you there at the end. Did you have anything for him at all, or was it just kind of just follow the Georgia Peanuts bumper all the way?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I had anything. We were basically, especially there after that first restart, kind of dialed in and basically running the same exact times. I'd get an update. It would be like hundredths of a second off, like 1 or 2 off and back and forth. And I could never like get right to his bumper. So I don't know. He would have had to make a slip up. It's all momentum based. how you carry it through the corner. I don't know if I would have had any hang unless I would have gotten a good chance to get some fresh rubber, but that never happened. And by the end, I think the tires just kind of, I got off momentum and I was trying some different things, and it just, I couldn't reel it back. I tried, but it couldn't do anything. But it is what it is. He did good, teammate, so that's a win for JPR, and we'll take that home and have a little pizza party or something.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 finish for JPR. So congratulations on that as well, and 1-2 in the championship as well. How'd you feel about Martinsville being the championship track? Did you think that was kind of to your benefit with the way New Hampshire went, or was it just too dissimilar of a track for you?
Oh no, I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. It was just, I was really hoping for something there at the end to happen, for a little magic to, spice things up, but it didn't. But honestly, like, I had no issues with it being Martinsville. I liked it.
Awesome. Well, you got some great partners there on the 42. Go ahead and take the floor is yours for the final time this season, buddy.
Yep. Mello Air Force, Long John Silvers, and whatever else is on the car. They know who they are. And then
That's
JPR themselves. And then JPR, and then my parents, I know they'd be watching. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got. And I'll take the season with a win and a second place finish in points after all that said and done. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the second place finish in the championship. Second place here tonight as well. And we will catch you next season. Congratulations on a good one.
Thank you.
William Page, driver number 42, comes home second in points and second in the race this evening here at Martinsville. All right, I think we may have the mic issues fixed for the 39 of Luke Smith. You got a copy, buddy?
I believe I do now.
We hear you. Yes, sir. All right. Well, you started in the back almost tonight, charged up to third, and then just like everybody else, you were watching that 37 drive off in the distance. So tell us about that run tonight here in the championship.
Well, I said at New Hampshire that it was all about where you qualified, and then I shot myself in the foot, qualified terrible, and I worked my way through the field, and those two were kind of nose to tail for a while, so they were kind of, I guess the draft was kind of helping them out, and like I had burned my tires working around the rest of the guys in the field. So, they just had a little bit more, and I was catching Will at the end. I was hoping he would make a mistake or something, and I could just scoot on by, but, that didn't happen. But, I mean, Garrett was the class of the field tonight, and he deserved that race. If anything happened, I probably would have felt bad.
I think all of us probably would have. And there was a moment there where we thought there was going to be something there with about 4 to go with a lap car, but thankfully it didn't happen. But do you think starting up closer to the field, closer to the front of the field, you might have had a better shot at battling those two, or was the deficit at the beginning a little bit too much to overcome?
Yeah, I feel like if I had qualified at least in like the top 4 or so, I feel like I would have been right there with them for most of that race. It was like these cars are just so hard to pass in, and when you put yourself in a hole qualifying like that and you don't have any cautions really to get you to cool the tires down and all that stuff, you're just at a deficit and you just can't work your way back. It's hard to work your way back through, and like he was on rails, so the only way to be with him is to stay in his draft and keep up with him and potentially make a move on him towards the end, or just make a move and try and keep him pinned behind you.
Yeah. Well, you got some great sponsors on that 39 for the final time this season. Go ahead with your shout-outs, buddy.
Want to shout out BRE. This is Cam brought me onto his team, Cam Barnes that is, and had confidence in me to run one of his cars, and fortunately next season part of a new team that's forming it's a rebranding of a team. It's called Trident Autosports. Like to shout out John Peterson. He puts beautiful paint schemes on all my cars. And lastly, I'd like to shout you guys out because y'all put on a great broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch.
Oh, I definitely appreciate that, Luke. Congratulations on the third place tonight, third place in the championship, and we will catch you next season.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Luke Smith, driver number 39, comes home third this evening. All right, well, let's see if we can hear anything from Victory Lane down there, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff flying around right now down there. Garrett Sidnor, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. Well, you definitely kind of ruined it for us tonight by just pulling away the entire way. I mean, I had graphics ready for when you guys would change positions and everything, and because of you, nothing changed on that graphic. So thank you so much for doing that. But I'm pretty sure from your seat, it was a good night.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought for the first like 50 laps that it was just gonna be me and Will just duking it out, and then once the tires got to like that lap 60, 70 point, it just kind of hit a plateau for other people that I never really hit. And yeah, we just kind of dominated.
It was an amazing run. Did you change your driving style at all based on how the tires were doing, or were you just doing the exact same thing the entire run?
A little bit. You kind of had to get the nose pointed in the center of the corner to have the drive off that you wanted. I could definitely feel it getting tighter. And you definitely had to have it wrapped on entry to have a chance at exit. And that was the big thing, is that you couldn't be up a lane. You couldn't because Martinsville, you have to wrap the bottom. So, really, it was just trying to angle it in to hit that bottom lane about the time you got to the center of the corner and then drive off. But yeah, I mean, I think I kept it pretty similar the whole run. I mean, right, might have changed it a little bit once I got into traffic because you kind of had to figure out how to get by people. Like even being faster, you still had to figure out how to get them to the outside. So yeah.
Well, you ruined William Page's chance at a PC. I don't know if you heard
Yeah.
that or not. So
Yeah, I saved Davey Hazard a lot of money
You saved
tonight
Davey a lot of-
unknowingly. He
you s-
unknowingly, but yeah.
yeah, he's okay tonight. So I'm sure he's thanking you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Race Control. Apparently the race is over, so that's cool. I didn't know that was going to happen there in my ear. Anyway, but how's that championship feel?
I mean, it doesn't feel surreal. I mean, we spent most of the dash season like jostling just to get a top 5. I mean, we were struggling for some of the races pretty early on, and it was such a short season. You had to get momentum, and we got it right towards the end of the regular season, and just snuck into a mid-tier wild card spot, and kind of got a favorable bracket, and just were able to put ourselves in position to be here at Martinsville and one of the best tracks I've for me, and go out there and take care of business.
Sometimes that's just the way the brackets fall. And we've seen it
Yeah.
in basketball, and we've seen it here in USRL. So I love this format, just how it was all set up. So it worked out really well. I think everybody enjoyed it. So, but you got some great partners on that 37 for the final time this season. Floor is yours for your shout-outs, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very proud to get the Georgia Peanuts machine back into victory lane and get them a championship in this series. Really big sponsor, at least on my end. They mean a lot to me. And obviously all the other front row type sponsors that we've had on the cars across all series. Love's Travel Stops, Ruta Bush Generator, Horizon Hobby, and Forza Glory Art and Photography. I mean, it's going to be a good week for them. Got them one tonight and potentially can go wrap up another one on Thursday. And just really proud of this JPR group, the speed that we brought in both series, and just giving me a chance to be competitive. And it's been a blast. It's been a real ride, and I cannot wait to double down and do it again on Thursday.
Yep, got the Cup Series. Is that the finale on Thursday night, Garrett?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
So both big series that the USRL has been running for the last few months is finishing up this week. So definitely check that out on Thursday night. And remind me what broadcast partner you guys have on Thursday night right now.
Yeah, right now Simtrax is taking care of the broadcasting over on YouTube. And they've carried pretty much the entire season since the second race of the year. And they've done a fantastic job as well, alongside you guys. But yeah, they'll be broadcasting for us at Auto Club on Thursday.
Yep, so definitely tune into them. Their name just went right out of my head when I was bringing that up. So I wanted to give them a shout-out, so that way you guys can check them out on Thursday night for that finale for the Cup Series for the USORL. And then they're going to take a few weeks off, and then I think ARCA and Cup are coming back pretty quickly, actually, in the next few weeks. So, and you might see a familiar face show up on Thursday nights every once in a while, and that's the guy that's talking at the moment. So we'll see what happens there, but didn't want to give that too much of a shout-out and take your championship away there, Garrett. Sorry. But congratulations from all of us here at Fast 29. Congratulations on a great season, great championship. You're deserving of it, especially with that show you put on tonight, and good luck to you on Thursday night.
All righty, thank you.
Garrett Sidnor, driver of the 37. He is your champion for the USRL TWB Winter Heat Dash Series this season. All right, Dale, some final thoughts from Martinsville from you, buddy?
Dominant race. Even though, we didn't get to see the battles we wanted from these championship drivers, Garrett's drive the whole time. Will mentioned that he could not, tires started to die and he could not get, the acceleration and the grip he wanted to make, the moves he wanted to. But the battles all across the rest of the field, Luke Smith coming back from like 9th place to 3rd, people dropping and moving back and forth. Amazing driving to watch. Got a lot of bump and runs, to get passes and game position when you can. But yeah, Garrett just an amazing from flag to flag. Amazing domination from him.
Definitely from Garrett Sidnor. That was just an amazing job of driving here at Martinsville tonight. You don't really see a 5.5 second lead come out here, and not really what we were expecting tonight, but it was definitely a dominant performance and well-deserved championship for that driver, number 37, Garrett Sidnor, tonight. All right, well, we are finishing up here on Fast 29. It's been an honor and a pleasure to finally be back with the USRL here on iRacing. These few races that we've done for them on the Dash season has been a blast. We've had some great shows. Darlington again showed its muscle from us here on Fast 29 that you saw earlier in the season. From Thompson all the way through to Martinsville this season on Fast 29 has been an awesome blast, and we look forward to doing more with them hopefully in the future. But definitely notify, subscribe to us on Fast 29 if you aren't already. We're glad to have you as consistent viewership. We definitely appreciate it here. So from all of us here at Fast 29, from Dale Barham, Zach Wilson, I'm Chris Pickett, signing off tonight from Martinsville. Garrett Sidnor is your champion. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time here on Fast 29.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.